and happy Wednesday evening. Is Wednesday, August 31st, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Wednesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, we begin with breaking news. House explodes in Brookline. No injuries reported. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Doing what you love is what matters most. And you can do more of what you love when you're cared for by people who stand among the nation's best. Dartmouth Health, the best, where it matters most.
Okay, this is video footage from the scene from a helicopter in the sky above this house. A smoking frame is all that's left of a house in Brookline after firefighters said it exploded Wednesday afternoon. Crews from about 14 fire departments worked to put out the flames at 7 Gilson Road after the house was fully engulfed in flames after the explosion. Officials said a family of 4 lived in the home, but no one was inside with when the explosion occurred. It's one of those things where it's shock, neighbor David Lawrence said. You don't expect to see a fire next door. Again, my main thing was anybody home? That was my main concern. It took firefighters more than 2 hours to put out the fire, Brookline Fire Lieutenant said. Crews had the scene under control by about 3 p.m., but it was a difficult fire to put out. Given the rural conditions, there's no hydrants in town, just dry hydrants and cisterns. We had to get several engines into a water supply tanker shuttle operation here. No firefighters were injured putting out the fire. The cause of the explosion is under investigation. We will keep you updated on this as we get any information into our newsroom. And we're following some more breaking news over in Manchester, New Hampshire. Water line breaks and shuts down road in Manchester. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Doing what you love is what matters most. And you can do more of what you love when you're cared for by people who stand among the nation's best. Dartmouth Health, the best, where it matters most.
We begin with breaking news on Manchester's west side. 2 water main breaks shutting streets in that section of the city, and they are expected to stay closed for hours. Those breaks were both on Notre Dame Avenue, one near Wayne Street, one near Amory Street. Some vehicles right now are stuck in between those 2 roads. WMUR's Troy Lynch just talked to officials. He's joining us now live from the scene with an update. Troy.
Yeah, Gene, we're off of Notre Dame Ave right now. Let me take a step out so you can see what's really going on. But check out this massive sinkhole on the intersection of Notre Dame Ave and Amory Street right now. You can even see that there are still pieces falling down into the sinkhole, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. This is the major one. There's actually another one off of Notre Dame Ave and Wayne Street just down the road where two parked cars are actually dipped into the street. Now, Manchester Fire Department says that this happens any time of year because it is an older city, and that's how water lines break. Now, Manchester Waterworks, they say that this is a typical situation, but they think that the roads are going to be closed for a minimum of 12 hours, and that it's going to take at least 8 to 12 hours to try to fix this. Now, nothing in the surrounding area is closed as of now. However, cars that are parked and stuck in between these two roads, they're going to be here until the roads are deemed safe. So, of course, we're going to keep you updated on when that is supposed to be, and hopefully these sinkholes don't get any worse. Live here in Manchester, Troy Lynch, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man charged in connection with toddler's death withdraws from plea agreement. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Doing what you love is what matters most. And you can do more of what you love when you're cared for by people who stand among the nation's best. Dartmouth Health, the best, where it matters most.
Dana Dolan entered the courtroom at Rockingham County Superior Court for what was supposed to be a plea and sentencing agreement. However, late last night, the defense withdrew the agreement. Dolan is charged with manslaughter and negligent homicide and the death of a 21-month-old little girl. Dolan, along with the mother and father of the girl and her 4-year-old sister, were in a pickup truck parked in Londonderry in November of 2020. It's alleged that Dolan and the parents ingested heroin and fell asleep, and the little girl inhaled some of the drugs. A toxicology report found that she died from fentanyl intoxication. Back in May, the mother of the girl, Shauna Cody, pled guilty to 3 charges, including negligent homicide, and was sentenced to prison. The father, Mark Jeremiah Jr., is currently scheduled for trial in February. In today's court hearing, Deputy County Attorney Kristen Vartanian said she anticipates Dolan's trial will take about 7 to 8 days. Defense attorney Justin Shepard basically agreed with the state, although he said it could take a little less time. The final pretrial in this case is scheduled for February 23rd of next year, with the trial itself set to begin in March. In Brentwood, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Army grounds a fleet of helicopters due to fuel leaks, engine fires. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
She's supposed to be the one. I used to believe in the one. And then I realized there's plenty of savings in the sea. Amazon has daily deals that shake your soul. What? I'll go check on those tater tots.
Now to the Army grounding its entire fleet of H-47 Chinook helicopters due to a fuel leak tied to engine fires. ABC Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Martha Raddatz is in Washington with more. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Michael. There are about 400 of these helicopters around the world in the Army's current fleet, and they're vital to the Army mission. These helicopters transport troops and cargo, but recently fuel leaks have caused a small number of engine fires. Thankfully, there were no injuries or deaths, but they're making sure that a part suspected of causing the problem in about 70 helicopters is fixed before the Chinooks fly again, but they're grounding all of them out of an abundance of caution, Michael, but they should be back in the air very soon, Michael.
Okay, Martha, thanks very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. That does it for this Wednesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.